In this section, we will learn how to use the Visual Studio Code Editor. This is the Visual Studio Code Editor workspace. The workspace is basically the area we're working on. In this case, it is right here. This is where your files and folders will appear. This is where you will build your site, and this will be the place that you will work all the time throughout the course. Let's get familiar first, and then we can go the next steps. What we will see in here is the general overview, and that will be the Explorer, Search, Extensions, and also the settings. And then we will see how to add files and folders. This is the Explorer. In here is where all the files and the folders of the site you're building will appear. Currently, we don't have anything because we did not start it yet. But just keep in mind, this is where you will find everything that you are working on. If you click on it, it will disappear, and if you click it again, it will appear. On the search, if you're writing thousands of lines of code and you need to modify, it is very difficult to get exactly what you're looking for. The best way to get that is to type certain keywords of the code you're looking for and then search, then you will find it. After it highlights, then you will be able to edit, modify, or do any other changes that are necessary. Extensions is where you can download and install extra features that are not available with the Visual Studio Code. Manage is like the settings. It is where you can change the theme color, for example. If I click on color theme or Ctrl K and then Ctrl T, then you will be able to change the theme color. Now I will go with the arrow, go up, up, and then you can see each time there is a new color. Keep playing with it and find the best color that you are comfortable. I will use the default because really it is good and it doesn't hurt my eyes. I feel comfortable. On File, you can click on New File, New Window, and so on. The difference between them, on New File, it will add on the same workspace you are working on. If I click on File, New, and then you will see there is a new tab on the right next to the Welcome. If I click on Window or New Window, then it will open New Workspace. That's the difference between the two. On the Split Editor, it is where you can work multiple editors at the same time. If I click on it, it will divide into two. If I click one more time, then it will be 3, and so on. If you need to close and get back to the original, you simply click on the close of each of them. When we're building a site, we put all the files and even subfolders related to that website in the same folder. Let's get started. Right click and create new folder. I will call it HTML and CSS-A. To add that folder into your workspace, you can open the folder from here and click Open Folder. Then choose where is your folder destination, like this, or simply drag and drop on it. This folder doesn't have any files yet. Now we can add it. If I maximize, when you hover over the mouse on the top of the folder, then you will get these options. You get the option that you can add a file, option that you can add a folder, and also refresh and so on. Now we need to add 2 files. The first file is the HTML file, and the HTML file ends with the extension of .html. Let us call index file, and it has HTML extension. The second file is the CSS, and we call it main, and it has the extension of .css. The difference between the two files in summary, as we have seen in the previous section, the HTML is like the building blocks, and the CSS is the decoration. Think like you are building a house, and the wall stands for the HTML, and the painting stands for the CSS. Now we have created the site folder. We also added the two main files. In the next section, we are ready to write a code and launch our site. I guess you are excited, as I am too.